We look at Bennett, no artifacts, black sword. We look at ZhongLi, weak weapon, but really strong artifact set. We look at Sucrose. Alright, so we go Bennett, Sucrose, ZhongLi, Child. Yeah, no, people really underestimate how much damage ZhongLi's ult does. Hey everyone, it's Jinx and I'm a Genshin Impact math guy now. I hope you enjoyed that cut down edited version of my playtesting of a new concept of build, which is basically reverse vaporize ZhongLi. In terms of cheap deeps, which is basically what this entire channel is about, apparently just having a good witches set on ZhongLi with some kind of aura hydro support like a Child, Mona, or Barbara can put out some pretty nice numbers. If you want to see the full playtesting of this, the non-cut down version, be sure to check out my Twitter where I did post the full video. Speaking of my Twitter, I did recently put out in a tweet the final version of the chart that we'll be covering in the first video in the Team Composition Masterclass series. Yes, this is going to be a series because the more I started writing things out and getting things ready for putting the videos together, I realized that it's going to be like a 40-50 minute long video if I don't split it up. But basically the chart on the tweet is covering what the best carries in the game are, as well as what the natural healer synergies are, so you can build the cores of your team compositions. And then you can build two supports around this core to flex based on the content you're facing late game. A common misconception that a lot of people who have not yet reached the late abyss floors or have not had to tackle a lot of the late game domains in the game is that you can just run one team through the entire game. This is unfortunately not true for two reasons. First off, in the abyss you have to have two teams for any of the mid to late abyss levels. But the bigger issue is you have to do elemental matching, both to combat the actual elemental shields you run into on Fatuis and abyss mages, but also ideally to take advantage of or counter the leyline disorders that these domains and late abyss levels hold. For example, in the background footage above of my first ever Abyss 12 clear with very underinvested teams, if I do not bring a cryo unit, I will never kill this level 100 Fatui before the timer runs out. On top of that, Abyss 12, like every 15 seconds or so, does apply condensed ice to your entire team, which basically makes it so you can only dodge like 3 times every 20 seconds or something. Hence why I'm bringing Bennett here as my carry, because his ult is going to be able to cleanse that off of my team. See, unless you have such a hyper whale team that can just straight up brute force through the latest content in the game, you have to counter elements and elemental match in late game, which is why you need to build a strong core and then flex support units based on that. A level 1 Chongyun is still going to be able to break a Thunder Fatui shield just as fast as a level 80, however, I generally get mine to 40 or 60 just so they have a little bit of health and they can get Ascension 4 talents if their Ascension 4 talent is good. But yeah, my teams in this run are incredibly underinvested. My average support attack is around 700 to 800, they're level 40 to 60, and even my carries don't have super good artifact sets. In fact, this happened about 2 weeks ago, so this was before I ever got another Claymore prototype, so my Diluc was still using a White Blind, which is suboptimal compared to an Animus. And he's running a Lava Walker set because I could not for the life of me farm up a good Witches set, so his DPS was a lot lower than it would have been if he had a good Witches set. But by building these hyper carry teams where I funnel resources into one carry and then build a team with synergies to amplify the carry's damage, I'm able to clear Abyss 12 with 4 stars with very low investment teams. Now, of course, this is only a 4-star clear for Abyss 12. If I did want to get a 9 out of 9 clear, I will need to invest more in my supports as well as get my carries slightly better set so that I can actually meet the DPS checks required. Now, the reason why I'm talking about all of this is because I did this as essentially a proof of concept that my hyper carry team composition method that I use and have used in stream to optimize players' accounts as well as just use for my own teams does work. With very minimal investments in my teams, I only have one good artifact set per team that is actually leveled up, and my carries are only level 70, and I only have level 80 weapons on my carries, with 0 5-star weapons being used by any of my characters, and my supports just being very minimally invested with basically close to +0 support sets on them. I am able to clear the hardest content in the game. And if I'm being honest, my Abyss 12 clear was really rough because I kinda played like shit. I am not nearly as good at this game as people like my channel partner Tuner, who you should check out over at twitch.tv/Tuner. He is much better mechanically at this game than I am, so if you want to see someone who actually plays well, go check him out. And I am not nearly as mechanically skilled as my other favorite content creator currently for Genshin, who is Enviosity. Y'all probably already know who Enviosity is. They are pretty much the only other Genshin content creator I have watched and actually taken advice from because they understand Abyss strategies much better than I do. And Envy is playing purely free to play, not using any characters that you cannot get for free. He has never rolled, and he has managed to just recently clear Abyss 12 with 3 stars. Now, the big difference between me and Envy is that I am not nearly as skilled a mechanical player as Envy, and my teams are much less invested. All of Envy's units have a very good artifact set on them. The only reason that I, with my boomer hands, was able to get a higher star clear than Envy despite having worse artifact sets on my units is because I was simply using stronger units with stronger team comp synergies. The free-to-play characters don't have very strong team comp synergies with each other. But yeah, I respect the shit out of Envy, and you should definitely go check out his channel. Link in the top right and the description to his channel. Honestly, if I was as mechanically skilled as Envy, I probably would have cleared Abyss 12 like 2 or 3 weeks earlier. I was actually trying really hard before AR 40 and burned a lot of fragile resins I really shouldn't have early on in the game, trying to get a sub AR 40 clear, but unfortunately I'm just bad at this game. I've only added a handful of 5-star artifacts to these teams due to resource restricting myself, and added Diona for tankiness since then. And of course, my weapons did go from 70 to 80, but only on my 2 carries. All of my supports are running level 60 weapons. I kinda have boomer hands. The reason why I'm so good at team comp optimization and math, and why I got so good at gaming math as a kid, is because I'm kind of shit at playing games mechanically. I had to learn how to thoroughly understand and optimize game mechanics, builds, team compositions, and things like that in any game I've ever played because I'm just not very good at mechanics. I need to compensate somehow. Anyway, the reason why I bring all of this stuff up, other than to just shield Envy, because I haven't gone to do that in the video yet, is to give you context for this Team Comp Masterclass series I'll be putting out soon. Also, I want to tease a video I'm working on as well, talking about this Abyss 12 clear and talking about an unfortunate reality in a game like Genshin, which is that characters and team compositions are just simply not made equal. If you care about clearing the late game content in the game as soon as possible to get as many primos as possible, your team compositions matter a lot, and using high tier characters that get high power out of low investment matters a lot. I know a lot of people don't like tier lists and how often I mention things like top tier carries, god supports, things like that. And as I mentioned in almost every single one of our videos, it's a game. Have fun and play how you want to play. If you just want to enjoy the content in the overworld, you don't really care about the late game and clearing it as soon as possible, then tier lists don't matter. However, if you do want to clear late game content as soon as possible, then you need to be using the stronger characters because they simply require less stat investment to get damage out. And then you want to be building strong teams with strong supports that amplify your carry's damage significantly so you can get the most damage out of your team with the lowest amount of possible resource investment. You can clear Abyss 12 with any characters in the game. It's been proven both Lisa and Amber are able to be carries and clear out Abyss 12, and they're objectively the weakest characters in the game. The only difference between a bottom tier character and a top tier character is simply how much damage they and their teams can get out of the same inputs. If an Amber and a Klee run the exact same 4-piece Wandering Troop set, Klee just gets a lot more damage out of it. And then on top of that, Klee can also build much stronger teams because she synergizes better with a lot of the very strong supports in the game. Again, play how you like, and if you want to get an Amber carry clear of Abyss 12, it is possible. You just simply have to spend more resin and therefore more time or money to get her powerful enough to do so. But tier lists exist for a reason because, simply put, characters are not built equal and team compositions are definitely not built equal. Again, the big difference and the reason why I am able to have much less investment in my teams and much less skill than Enviosity and still clear Abyss 12 with more stars than him is simply because my characters and team comps are stronger. And no, you don't necessarily need 5-star characters that have strong comps. The team that had the easier time in my Abyss 12 clear is the one on screen, and it's exclusively a 4-star team. which is another video I have coming up talking about the 4 stars in the game that have as much power, if not more power, than a lot of the 5 stars do. Now, with Thanksgiving being tomorrow, I do probably want to get that one out first because, by the way, Bennett is on the top of that list, and Bennett is also in the Star Glitter shop, so I want to make sure as many people know as possible to get Bennett while you can. That, and I'm kind of proud of my low investment Abyss 12 clears, so I kind of wanted to talk about it in the video a bit sooner than those videos. Alright, that's pretty much it for this video. I did just want to give you kind of a quick update about what's been going on, as well as what videos are going to be coming out soon. I was originally also going to talk about what my plans were for what I was going to test on Xinyan and ZhongLi on day 1 when they come out. However, after I finished recording all the audio, it ended up being like almost a 30-minute long video, so I'll probably just put that video out after Thanksgiving tomorrow. I tried to avoid hitting over like 22 minute long videos just because metrics show that people don't really like watching those. I got a family to feed, I gotta pay attention to the metrics, I am an algorithm slave! Okay, thanks as always for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to let us know by liking the video as well as leaving a comment below letting us know what you thought of this more unscripted style video. The other videos I'm working on are gonna take a bit longer to come out, so I kinda just want to get something out to keep y'all updated on what's going on. Also, be sure to comment, subscribe, share the video with your friends, all that good stuff. All of those things do help bump it up in the YouTube search algorithm so more people get to see the videos. And of course, be sure to check out Tuner over at twitch.tv/tuner. We are channel partners, so any follows, Twitch Prime, subscriptions, or whatever you put over there does help out both of us a lot, and he is, like I said, a lot better at this game mechanically than me. Also, don't forget to check out our Twitters. The @JinxMathalos is my Twitter, where I post all the different things that I've shown in this video and pretty much just post any new stuff I'm working on. And then the Jinx Tuner Twitter is going to be our company account run by Tuner. Also, don't forget to check out our Discord server, the Mathalos Nest, if you want to come hang out with some cool people, find people to co-op domains with, do the event with, or just want to come chat about builds, optimizing, and things like that. We got a bunch of cool peeps over there. We do also have links to our friends' Discord servers, like the Catching Mains Discord server, the Child Mains Discord server, and such in the description. I hang out there a lot because there's a bunch of cool theory crafters. Be sure to check that out as well. And of course, none of this would be possible without the generosity of our patrons. I do say this every video, and you know I'm gonna keep saying it. Y'all the best. Alright, so I am gonna keep working on that Team Comp Masterclass series, as well as the other videos mentioned in here, and I'm also going to be putting out a video talking about what I plan to test on ZhongLi and Xinyan day 1, probably after Thanksgiving, since, you know, Thanksgiving, taking the time off. So, you know the drill, just hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, hit notification bell, and that way YouTube tells you when things come out if you really care to see them as soon as they come out. I would personally, but I'm also me. Happy waifu hunting, whalers. We'll see you next time. Bye!